Welcome to Talkin' Tale, the cozy place to enjoy English stories, learn simple words, and relax while getting better at listening. Let's begin today's tale. The Life Journey of Beethoven. Born with music in his blood. Ludwig von Beethoven was born in Bonn, Germany in 1770. His father was a singer and wanted him to be a great musician. He started playing piano and violin at a young age. Beethoven showed great talent even before age 10. His father trained him strictly, hoping for a new Mozart. A quiet boy with big dreams. Beethoven was shy, but full of emotion inside. He loved music more than anything else. As a child, he spent hours playing alone. He didn't like school much, but loved to learn music. He dreamed of writing music that moved people's hearts. First steps into music world. At age 12, Beethoven published his first music work. He began working as an assistant organist. He played for rich families and local churches. People noticed his deep feeling in every note. Music became not just his skill, but his soul. Moving to Vienna, the music capital. At 17, he traveled to Vienna to meet Mozart. But his mother's death forced him to return home. Later, he returned to Vienna to study under Haydn. Vienna was full of great musicians and chances. It became Beethoven's new home and stage. The young star rising. In Vienna, people were amazed by his piano playing. He played with power, emotion, and new style. He was confident, but often had a short temper. Beethoven began to write more bold and creative music. Soon, his name became known in noble circles. A life of discipline and passion. Beethoven practiced every day with deep focus. He followed no one's rules and broke traditions. He didn't marry, but had many strong friendships. He was very honest, sometimes even rude. Music was his world, and he gave it everything. A storm approaching. Hearing loss began. In his late 20s, he started to lose his hearing. At first, he hid it from others in fear. The silence grew, and his heart broke. He thought of ending his life in sadness, but music pulled him back to hope. Writing through the silence. Though he could not hear well, he kept composing. He used vibrations, memory, and deep imagination. His music became even more powerful and deep. He began to write symphonies, not just piano pieces. He said, "I will seize fate by the throat." Beethoven's bold symphonies. He wrote Symphony No. 3, the Eroica, full of fire. It was longer, louder, and different from others. Many didn't understand it at first, but Beethoven opened a new path in music. He showed emotion could lead the melody. fighting loneliness with notes. Beethoven never married, though he loved deeply. His deafness made him feel very alone, but he talked to friends through writing letters. Music became his way of speaking to the world. He poured his soul into each note. Triumph in Darkness, Symphony No. 5. Da-da-da-da! The famous start of Symphony No. 5. It showed his fight with fate and pain. Even in silence, he created unforgettable music. This work became one of the most loved pieces ever. It spoke of struggle, power, and victory. Beethoven's beliefs and boldness. He believed in freedom, truth, and human rights. He once removed a leader's name from his music. He saw music as a force for good. He stood tall even when life was unfair. Courage showed in both life and art. The Ninth Symphony, a masterpiece. Though totally deaf, he wrote Symphony No. 9. Its final part, called Ode to Joy, became world famous. At its first concert, he couldn't hear the claps. A musician turned him to see the audience's cheers. It was a moment of deep beauty and pain. His final years. His health got worse, and he was often in pain. Still, he wrote until his last days. He had few visitors, but never stopped working. He left behind letters, notes, and sketches. His spirit stayed strong through every illness. The end of a giant. Beethoven died in 1827 at age 56. Over 20,000 people came to his funeral. He left behind 9 symphonies and many great works. His music still lives in hearts today. He became a symbol of courage in art. The legacy of Beethoven. His work changed music forever. He showed that emotion and truth could guide art. Even deaf, he heard more deeply than most. Beethoven inspired many artists, even today. He proved that greatness can rise from pain. What we learn from Beethoven. From Beethoven, we learn to never give up. Life can be unfair, but we can still shine. Our limits don't define us, our spirit does. Passion, truth, and courage create beauty that lasts. Even in silence, he taught the world to listen.